Hey Aries, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing a redo video for you for your love separation for the month of February. There were several complaints about the video not working properly. I personally watched it 3 times on my channel and elsewhere just to check to see if the video was working, but I'll go ahead and do it again for those of you who couldn't get the video to play. So I'm going to start off today with an oracle card from Mystic Moon. I can't handle your words right now, Aries. So that's either you saying that to your partner or your partner saying that to you. I can't handle your words right now, possibly because sometimes when people can't handle your words, it's because it triggers them in some way, right? Or maybe you're being a little harsh with your words. We'll just kind of see. Cross watchers, come on in. Let's see if we can get Aries a good read. If you're new to the channel, it's one for you, one for your partner, your blocks, their blocks, the blocks between. How do they feel about you, and a potential final outcome. Bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. Okay. Well, I can't handle your words right now, and right next to it, we have the Queen of Wands. Okay. I can't handle your words right now, but, you know, the High Priestess indicates that that's something that somebody's thinking and not really saying, you know, or they are using their intuition or not using their intuition. Okay. So Queen of Wands, here you are, Aries. There's some sort of resentment, unspoken resentment I see here in these 3 cards here. Some kind of unspoken resentment that needs to come out. And here with the Crown, maybe this was a conversation that just blurted right out after many times of holding your tongue or knowing that there needed to be something said that wasn't said. So this is about communication, basically. I can't handle your words right now. You said something somebody didn't want to hear, I think, Aries. So let's see what's going on with your partner. Now we have the High Priestess and the Hierophant. So this could, for some of you, be a sacred connection or a more spiritually based relationship. And the Hermit. Yeah, so whatever was said, okay, made your partner shy away from you. Okay, and now there's no communicado. So let's see what's going on with you. You are walking through boundaries. Amen. Okay, so exactly. You said something that needed to be said, okay, that maybe you hadn't been saying for quite some time, okay? But you said it finally, all right? So what I have here is you walking through the boundaries of something being taboo to say or something that needed to be said and wasn't being addressed. And because you got tired of feeling like this, like you were pent up on the inside about it, and you decided to turn that in the reverse and say what needed to be said. So good job, Aries. Your partner didn't like it. This has affected your foundation. Now your partner is over here questioning their own triggers, okay? And they have a little bit of resentment. That's why if they're not communicating, that's why right now. But you were looking out for the foundation of something, and you said what needed to be said. Okay, so sometimes it happens that way. Let's see the blocks for your partner. The Emperor, the 7 of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, that communication came right the hell out, didn't it? So the Emperor Aries, here you are. You got tired of feeling like you got tired of feeling a certain kind of way, right? And you went forward with your communication, and that's what they're saying their block is. Aries said something to me, and I didn't like hearing it. So let's see what your blocks are. Because you knew, Aries, with the Queen of Wands energy here, that there needed to be forward movement in this situation, okay? So sometimes we've got to pluck that thing out, okay, in order to, keep that wheel spinning, all right? So we have to remove the obstruction to keep the wheel spinning. And that's exactly what you did, because you were looking out for your foundation. You knew it needed to be said. Your partner didn't like hearing it, but down here they know that what you spoke was the truth. So all of these are in the reverse. I have the Four of Cups. You're tired of feeling depressed about this situation. You're ready to get back to the love parts of this relationship. And I think that this is about not having been given an offer, Aries, that you expected to have. So I think what you said to your partner was like, you know what? We've been dating for like 8 months now. When is the offer going to come? I mean, are we going to get married? Are we going to move in together? Are we going to have any forward movement in this relationship at all? It's been enough time. So I think you are asking for commitment of sorts, or perhaps it's reversed, okay? Maybe your partner was expecting for you to commit. And maybe you said, you know what? Listen, you knew when we got into this that I didn't want a solid committed relationship, or I did not want to rush into commitment. I did not want to rush into marriage. I did not want to rush into moving in together. I did not want to rush into whatever. And that's how I feel still to this day. Do I care about you? Yes. Do I enjoy your time? Do I enjoy being with you? Yes. But you know what? I'm not ready for that yet. And you knew that when we met, I wanted to take things slow. So it's either vice versa, either for you or your partner. So let's see what the blocks between the two of you are. Yeah, so the King of Cups in the reverse. I think that he was holding back, or she was holding back, okay, waiting for the right time to speak a truth, to speak about something. Or that was you, okay? And you went ahead and you took the action, okay? You took the action and you moved forward and said what needed to be said. Now, has this put a halt on things? The communication has come to a halt as a result, yes. But, in a way, this was a little bit heartbreaking for your partner to hear. This was a little heartbreaking for you to hear. But it was necessary, because now we have the Ten of Wands. Your partner's just standing there like, well, she hurt my feelings. Or he hurt my feelings, so I'm not going to talk to them. And that's kind of a childish way to deal with things. People say things that hurt our feelings all the time, and the only thing we can control about that situation is our reaction. But you're dealing with a person, Aries, who has communication problems, okay, who may not be able to communicate appropriately. If everything you're saying hurts their feelings, you might be dealing with Cancer or Pisces, okay, but it's about open communication and negotiation and being able to come to a conclusion together. Like I said, whatever that was said here about regarding the commitment needed to be said, because it was stalling out the forward movement. So your partner is resentful of what you said, okay? And you took the executive decision to bring it out in the open because that's what needed to be done. Your partner's resentful that it was said, or they were resentful with the manner in which it was said. But it had to happen regardless. So your partner's over there licking their wounds. They're in their immature way of dealing with something. So that's it. You have a communication issue, and you took the opportunity to speak up about something that needed to be spoken up about. Period. End of story. But here's the deal. If you're in a relationship with somebody and you can't express to them how you feel, and you can't express to them how something makes you feel, or what your ideas are, or how you want to go about doing something, and you two can't come to you know, an agreement about something, that's not a person, Aries, that you can live with, because Aries, you're too, let's go, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And you will remove things that prevent your forward movement, okay? So if you're dealing with a person who you have to constantly walk around on eggshells with, or that you have to worry about hurting their feelings every 5 minutes, that's not the person for Aries, okay? So right now you're being called to consider the communication styles of your partner and you, and do those work together? Are those going to blend together well? Are you going to be able to communicate effectively moving on? Because if you're not even in a committed, solid relationship right now, which means marriage or moving in together or that kind of commitment, not just, we're exclusively dating, okay? If you're not in a position and they can't even handle that kind of communication right now, then you certainly don't want to race to the altar with them, because, they're not going to change their communication style just because y'all get married or just because y'all move in together. It's not going to happen. So if you're with a person that you can't communicate with, you need to consider that as a red flag. All right, so let's see how they feel about you. Okay, so they know that they're very passionate about you. They want forward movement with the Empress, the Emperor, and the Empress. So they already consider you a committed partner, okay? I think you both already consider each other a committed partner, okay? But they feel like, I think that they are codependent, okay, honestly, in this read. But they feel like you're codependent, which that's not really Aries style. So I'm not sure if they're really seeing the situation as it is or as it should be seen. I'm not sure they're seeing the situation as it is, okay? Nine of Cups is in the reverse. So they don't like, they want forward movement, okay? They see you as their partner. But what they don't like is a codependent element. I think that really the thing is, this is about sex, this card here, right? So I think that they have been withholding sex from you because they want to move you in a specific direction, okay? You could be dealing with Pisces, Cancer. That's what I said up front. I've got Gemini. I've got Queen of Swords. I've got Aries. I've got Libra, Gemini, Aquarius here. But they're withholding, and Virgo. They're withholding something from you because they think that gives them an element of control. So if they can withhold sex from you to make you behave in a certain way, then they get their way, right? If they can withhold communication from you because they didn't like what you had to say, then they get their way, right? So really what you're dealing with is a master manipulator, okay? And they manipulate and they're passive aggressive in order to get a result that they desire. So that is another thing that you really, really, really need to look at, because with a passive aggressive, you can never win. I'm just saying. Especially if you're a fire sign, because you will run all over that son of a bitch. I'm just saying. So you have the tower moment here. They think that there's going to be a lot of these, by the way. A lot of tower moments. They're very defensive towards you, and they have decided to slow things down in order to gain some control in the situation. They feel like what was spoken was unfair, and they feel betrayed by that. They feel like now they have to make a decision whether to move forward or move backward. They're very dramatic as well. So you've got a dramatic diva, passive aggressive. Okay, so whatever you choose to do with this is up to you, but your communication styles are quite different. You need somebody who's willing to be transparent with you, Aries, and give you the bottom line, and not try to control the situation just because you don't agree with them. Two of Cups is in the reverse. So I think you're going to be moving away from this relationship, Aries, because you just can't drag this person behind you all the time because they're too slow. But it's good that you know this now before a major commitment was made. And maybe your intuition, Aries, was telling you not to make a major commitment in this situation as far as marriage and something binding. because you knew that there were too many differences in the situation. So let's see a potential final outcome. Okay, so new beginnings are things are tanked at this point. And I don't think that you're going to hold on to this situation at all, Aries. You're not going to look for new beginnings, and you're certainly not going to commit at this point. Because again, this person is trying to direct you into a position so that they can have their desired results. So honestly, I think you're going to just move on, okay, and find your own balance and your own foundation. And I think that you're going to transform this relationship. You're going to transform within yourself, and you're going to go and play the field. You're going to remain single and deal with your own happiness at that point. And because you don't see a start in this situation, because it seems like this is an argument that constantly happens. There's a lot of resentment energy in here, that there's a lot of solar plexus issues in this relationship. So I think that you're going to be driving on, okay? Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands. This is too much conflict here continually with this person, because this person manipulates to get their way on a continual basis, and you can't deal with something like that. And they're also not trustworthy, okay? You can't trust somebody like that either, right? So let's get some oracles on it and see what they have to say. But I think you're making the right decision. If your decision is to move away from this party, I think that that's probably a good idea. I think it'll be constant drainage too. They'll be draining you continually because they gotta have that. They're codependent. They gotta have that continuous attention. And that's just not Aries. Aries needs somebody who can keep up with Aries, period. Luck is on your side, New Moon in Sagittarius. This is calling for you to take action. I can't handle your words right now. Well, they can't handle anything right now. So I think this is calling for you to take action. Your dreams need a practical plan. This is heart chakra. So I think that you are thinking about the practicality of the relationship, and is this a practical thing? Can we practically commit to one another? Is it feasible that we can work our differences out and live harmoniously with one another? And I think that you're saying, no, we cannot. You're very close to achieving your goals, so I think you should move forward with whatever it is you've been working on. Look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is the styles are too different, and your partner wants to deal in manipulation, and they cannot keep up with you, so they want to slow you down in order to be able to be on even playing field with you. Communication is key, New Moon in Gemini. You really need to look at the communication styles of the relationship. That's where you need to put your major focus on, because I think that you'll find their communication is very manipulating. Energy flows where my intention goes. So your intention is to keep it moving. Your intention is to tell them you wanted to take it slow. You didn't want to rush into the relationship for whatever your reasons were. That's what you were focusing on. So what you put out there, you get back. And what you focus on, that's what grows. Okay? So focus on something you want to grow. When I lean on the faith of the universe, and that person isn't focusing on growth. They're focusing on taking. They're not focusing on contribution. Okay? When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Peace becomes real. And I think that's really what you're saying to them, is that you don't feel like they're letting you have any peace. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. So I think that you're talking about yourself. Okay? So let's get a love card on it and kind of see where we're headed there. And I think this person constantly wants to point out your faults too. You know, and I think you've had a little bit enough of that. That's what I keep getting. They're critical, you know. Okay, spend some quality time together. This is a 10. It's important that we spend quality time with those we are in significant relationships with, listening and talking to each other. Yes. I think in your case, you need to pay specific attention to the communication and how it comes across. 30. This is alignment of mind, body, spirit. You're coming into alignment. You're not alone. Let your friends help you. You have support. But also, you need to come into self alignment. True love. This is a once in a lifetime love. Well, I think that's a self love, not necessarily this partner. Back to what you love, Aries. Get in alignment with your own passions and get back to what makes you feel alive and set your soul on fire. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want, not what your partner wants. So, Aries, that's what I have for you. Thanks for your patience and the redo of the video. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you in March.